I learned actually through my mother, the patient. She had mentioned that she was with a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist would not treat her until she was removed from, a number of medications that she was on. So we sought out help, and he had recommended, and we did a bit of research and found it to be a sound institution to entrust Mom with. She was in a treatment program, I want to say about 10 or 15 years ago, in Punta Gorda. The name of the facility slips me, but it's 10 times above and beyond what that program was. Impressions were obviously, well, it's hard not to feel sorry for my mom for having to go through this, or anyone to go through this, but my first impressions were, I went to the campus that is along the river, and I thought to myself as I was going through the gates, I said, this is a safe, sound environment for my mother to be a part of, and I felt comfortable at that point. I actually was not here when she was admitted, and I can remember admitting her to the one in Punta Gorda and just driving home feeling horrible. So there was about a week or two there where I had not come down to visit, and when I finally did get a chance to visit, I would say the safety and security of her was well addressed. My expectations were to reduce the number of prescription pills that my mom was taking to battle her depression on a daily basis, and I wanted to see her come out of this program with a clearer mindset now and going into the future, and a reduction of the prescription pills that she was taking. And I actually said this to my mother the first week she was here. She was going through some of the withdrawals and everything else. I said, Mom, my main goal for you going through this program is to get my old mom back. That was key to me. And to the point, your second question about my expectations being fulfilled or not, I absolutely have seen drastic changes in her. I was down last week and visited her throughout the weekend, and I already noticed when you simply look into her eyes, you can see some clarity coming back into her soul. So that was good. It's not, the walls are down here. It doesn't matter if you're, any class, any race, any creed. It doesn't matter. There's a problem with addiction, and addiction can affect anyone. And all race, breeds, types, makes, colors, race, whatever you want to call it. I felt that this was a comforting place for all types of walk, not just the uber wealthy or the unemployed, but all types, because and I think that's important too, because addiction doesn't have any boundaries. One of the things that I did notice is I almost felt sorry for some of the other patients that didn't have family members, and I realize it's probably a lot for some people, because I know there's a lot of patients that are from out of state, a majority of them. So that's one of the things that I'll take away. I felt almost sorry for some of the other patients that didn't have family members present. The other thing that I will take away from today is some of the coping skills for life, because I think that any addict or any addicted person can voluntarily check themselves into a situation like this, but at the end of the day, when this is over, it is really, in my opinion, where the rubber meets the road. It has done a great job of not only communicating with me on a weekly basis about her progress, but also starting to talk about her dismissal in life and dealing with your depression or whatever, whatever you're in here for, on your own, and building that support network. They're not just throwing you out to the wolves. Maybe seeking treatment, I would say it's from my impression, and I've been here a few times now, from my impression, everyone seems to care, number one. There's no judging of anyone or any individual. And those two were some big things that I was looking for when I first came and started looking around to figure out if this was the right facility for my mom.